Okay, I'm a little late to the party on this one. I've been kind of tied up with a bunch of other stuff lately, but you know what they say, better to show up late than not at all. I got quite a bit of topics lined up to cover, some of which I'll be revisiting older topics I already discussed, but today's video will be on how Nexus Mods was sold by its creator, the Dark One, to a video game consultant company. It's weird, the jury's still on this one. Not really sure who these guys are exactly, but we'll get to them soon. But before I continue, I'd like to ask you guys if you'd be willing to subscribe to my channel if you like the coverage I'm doing in my videos. Hit the notification bell so this way you guys are always up to date on what I'm doing. Like button goes a long way, as well as a comment down below. I enjoy feedback and I very much appreciate it at any time. Thank you so much, and let's continue with the video. The story first broke on the actual website of Nexus Mods, under the site tabs of Site News. A post was written by the Nexus Mods creator and at the time owner, the Dark One. He wrote the following. After almost 24 years of running Nexus Mods, the time has come for me to step back from the day-to-day management of the site. This isn't a decision I've made lightly, far from it, but one I think it is both my and the community's best interest. He goes on to explain how much time and effort he poured into this website, fixing bugs, updates, reading feedback from the community members. It just became too much for him. He became lost in his work, never resting, never taking the time to step away and just be with himself, you know, like take time to just be with your own thoughts, your own feelings.
The inner machinations of my mind are an enigma.
He continues talking about how this is taking a toll on his health, both mentally and physically, to the point that he believes that his overall demeanor has begun to affect the mood of his company, bringing down those who he works with. Probably doesn't help that Nexus Mods has found themselves in controversy after controversy after controversy involving what many would describe to be an unfair removal and ban of mods that they dictate as harmful.
Oh shit, here we go again.
For instance, Spider-Man Remastered, created by Insomniac, had a mod that replaced the Pride flags with the American flags. The mod was deemed bigoted, so they removed it and banned the modder for, quote, being homophobic. You know what? You're banned! Get away from my fruit! Another example is Marvel Rivals had a mod that replaced Captain America with the head of Trump or Biden.
They don't know what the fuck they're doing.
Immediately, the mod was removed, with Nexus informing that it was due to political reasons and that they had been receiving complaints over it. This didn't stop various YouTubers from covering the situation or community members discussing the actions over on social media sites. The Dark One quickly took to places like X and Reddit, pushing back against the criticism that they were receiving, calling the YouTubers who covered the situation nutjobs and ragebaiters, all while claiming that Nexus Mod staff were being harassed and had death threats sent to them. To which, all in fairness, I could believe that some individuals online would take things a bit too far and do such a thing. However, in the same vein, why are you giving these individuals any attention? I know this may be a strange concept for you to grasp, but they're just assholes on the internet who will say a lot of retarded things to provoke you. Just focus on addressing your community's concerns. If these people you claim are doing those things maliciously, then feeding them by acknowledging their existence is only going to get you to wallow in the mud with them. No?
No, he's got a point.
Damn right I do. Oh, but don't worry, Nexus Mods aren't political, they're just idealistically driven. Like recently, when they removed the mod that changed A and B gender selection in the new Oblivion Remastered back to the male and female one. Okay, this one was so blatant it's just ridiculous. Not only did they remove the mod for a short period of time, but they banned the creator as well. This of course caused an uproar in their community, again, to the point where they had to remove the ability to comment on their mod page due to the amount of backlash they were receiving.
Why are you the way that you are?
That's not even the earliest mod controversy I can think of either. Going all the way back to Cyberpunk 2077, when a mod was created that changed the chronological lesbian character Judy Alvarez to bisexual, so this way the male Vede players could romance her. Nexus Mods saw that, thought, nah, no one wants this, and removed it. This of course upset the community, wondering why. Haven't we done this song and dance before? Anyways, they wondered why they removed it when there was another mod that made the chronological straight character, Panma, lesbian, so this way female V players could romance her. They allow mods that would change straight characters to be gay or lesbian, but won't allow the reverse. I thought one of the points of mods was to give players the freedom to choose how they want to experience their game. Yet here's Nexus Mods allowing the double standard to continually exist on their platform, while dealing with mods they seem problematic. This is just my opinion, but it seems like the Dark One is just exhausted from the hell he and his team have created on their website. I do of course believe he's also overworked. You know, he said, like he stated, he's been editing a lot, he's there doing the updates, he's been doing this for over 2 decades. But that still doesn't take away from the fact that he involves himself in these conversations when he realistically doesn't have to. Instead of just saying neutral, not just on the political ones, as they stated, they've opened up the floodgates so this way criticism comes flowing inward, and they absolutely hate it. For a more deeper and in-depth coverage of the controversies that have plagued Nexus Mods for the better half of a decade, I'd recommend Rag's secondary channel, Dog Bites. He has a video on there titled, Discussing Nexus Mods Controversy, Woke and Anti-Woke Cringe. This video not only features him, but other content creators like Kritosis, Patrician TV, and Short Fat Otaku, aka Dev. It's a good listen, with very informative and humorous people. And Dev, nah, I'm just joshing. Mostly. Getting back on topic, the news definitely made more than a few people sweat bullets. Even though Nexus Mods has some issues, it's become the de facto hub for all your modding needs. There are of course other sites out there, but not many of them are the size or have the actual notoriety that Nexus Mods does. Kind of one of the pros and cons of becoming a monopoly, huh? So the idea of new leadership taking over instead of the Dark One can be quite frightening. Going back to the Dark One's post, he states the following.
One of the biggest reasons I've been doing this for so long is that I've never felt that I truly found someone who really gets the modding community the way I do. Finding a new owner who would be able to understand and respect the myriad of intricacies of both Nexus Mods as a business and as a wider modding community was essential. After months of meetings, face-to-face talks, and a whole lot of soul searching, I am thrilled to say that I truly believe I have found the exact right people for the task.
Who are these new owners? Well, we don't know, because the Dark One only provided their first names and gamer tags when addressing them. Odd. But don't worry, because internet sleuths were able to figure things out. Which, when people did, their worries weren't exactly cleared away. You see, the guys mentioned in the Dark One's post are part of a company called Chosen. The company is small, only having roughly 2 to 10 employees. Look, that's what the LinkedIn page says, I'm sorry. The company itself was founded this year. Oh, that's beautiful. And it appears to focus mostly on consulting and helping other businesses grow. The website is pretty barren, not really going into much detail on how exactly they're going to make your company grow. But that seems to be their main concern, which segues us into what people found out about these guys. Specifically, 2 of the owners. Going over on Reddit, a user made a post on r/Skyrim mods, linking several websites with information on the new owners, one of which takes us to Reset Era, a post going over detail of Marinus Igarfnar. I can't pronounce other names, I'm sorry.
I'm retarded?
Marinus Elfagard had a brief history with a company called Gamer Class, which worked out of Denmark. The company coached gamers on how to become more skilled players in hopes of one day going pro in games like Dota or Counter-Strike. Gamers Class was later acquired by another company called Metafee, which had been buying out smaller gaming and tech-related businesses. Why is this important? Well, to get to that, we're going to have to discuss the second co-owner, Victor. You see, it was found out that Victor was working on a little project. What project, you might ask? Well, it was a cheat sheet for companies, one with main focus of adding monetization into gaming. This cheat sheet was found over on a website called Imgur.
English, motherfucker, do you speak it?
The cheat sheet itself breaks down programs to use, strategies, do's and don'ts, and what not to do. This led to many people theorizing that Nexus Mods was purchased up by a venture capital who wished to monetize the website going forward. Having access to all these users who frequently use your site on a daily is very lucrative. Nexus Mods has over 6 million actual members. That's a lot of people clicking on the actual website and going through the pages to locate mods they want for things like Skyrim, New Vegas, Grand Theft Auto, Dragon Age, Dark Souls. And for every click a user uses to go to another page, that's a new advertisement you can stick in their face. Some people have come out and say that's a bit of a reach, but others are still confused as to why this was never disclosed by the Dark One or by the new owners prior to people investigating it themselves. To add to the growing theory, while Chosen is a newly created company, it has ties with both Gamers Class and RenderZ, as seen on their website, which are two of the companies that Metafee have bought out. Eventually, the new owners did go on record in saying that they will not be implementing any new monetization onto the website. They go on record in an actual article written by PC Gamer. They go over some of the concerns the community has, like of course, will mods be remaining free? To which they state, yes, mods will be remaining free. In another article on Rock Paper Shotgun, we have the users getting worried about NFTs and cryptocurrency if they will be implemented onto the site due to Victor's cheat sheet showcasing the benefit of monetization. Why the fuck does it always come back to crypto? I will say it is kind of hard to tell which direction the wind will blow on this one. People are still very much skeptical and have their concerns going forward. Others who think nothing will actually change between now and then, and of course others who are just kind of like in that middle camp trying to see what's gonna happen. For me personally, I think I'll just wait. I want the story to develop more and hopefully we will get some answers sooner rather than later. I'm still a bit curious as to why the Dark One decided to actually keep everything in the dark, no pun intended, with the new owners when it comes to his community. I feel as though he fucked up really badly with this entire situation if he would have just kind of revealed who these people were from the get-go. It would have saved us a lot of headaches and would have saved a lot of people's like worries immediately. But it's possible he just kind of wanted to like, you know, get out as fast as possible, and by that point he just didn't care. That does sound mean. I don't know him personally, and it seems like the community, regardless of whether or not you hate the controversy that Nexus Mods has been in, most people have a lot of good things to say about the Dark One and are sad to see him go. But that's gonna do it for me, guys. I'm gonna close out here. Hope you guys have enjoyed the video. Hope you guys enjoyed my coverage. If anything new develops from this, I'll make sure I make another video, you know, either like a quick update or a whole new full-fledged thing, depending on what happens. But for now, hope you guys have a good morning, a great afternoon, a lovely evening, and a blessed night. Take care, y'all. Peace.